I'm going to give you some higher level tips, which I've sort of discovered over the last 16 years of doing mortgage broking to sort of how people pay it off faster.
Let's keep that money conversation going this morning. Asked about budgeting and household budgets, and we talked about small business a bit earlier and the wage increases. But this time about your home mortgage, perhaps. There's always been debate about the best way to pay it off. Is it best to pay it off in increments, which a lot of us don't have any option, but to do it in small increments, or you bite the bullet and then pay it off in full if you're getting close to that stage of it? Someone who's got the answers for this age-old question is the founder of Mad Loans, George Samios. George, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
First of all, is there a blanket answer to this question? Is there one way that's best to pay your mortgage off?
Look, there isn't, but I'm going to give you some higher level tips, which I've sort of discovered over the last 16 years of doing mortgage broking to sort of how people pay it off faster. Number one, of course, you've got to be principal interest. There is an option called interest only. And if you're doing interest only, it's like running in circles. You're just paying the interest. So step one is you've got to be P&I. Number two is if you are on a variable loan, remember banks calculate how much interest we charge daily. Every day they work out how much you owe, and you have to pay the interest monthly. So if you do have extra money, you're better off putting it into the loan as an extra repayment. And if you do, say, put an extra 10, 20 grand into that loan, you won't be getting charged interest. For argument's sake, a lot of people might have a separate savings account. Well, if you have a separate savings account, you're earning interest at a much lower rate than your mortgage, but then you're going to get taxed on the income you get from that. You're better off putting your money into the loan as an extra repayment, or if you've got an offset, put it in that. And that's a very good way. And the third is if, let's say, people are listening and aren't that good with their money and they acknowledge that, don't choose a 30-year loan. Maybe choose a 20-year loan.
Okay.
Or a 15-year loan.
Right, okay. And so any other good questions to be asking if you're sitting down with your mortgage broker?
Well, number one is you've got to always make sure you're on a good rate. I mean, with all these rate cuts at the moment, if your bank isn't dropping it, for example, Virgin Money or BOQ isn't dropping the cash rate, that means people could be on a high interest rate, and that's a quick way to save money. But with those savings, by getting a better rate, rather than just take the money, put it back into the loan, because all the extra payments you can make saves you so much money, mate. You just got to jump on an extra repayments calculator, which we've got on our website on mad.com.au. Go to the home loans and calculators, extra repayment calculator. If you just pay an extra $100, $200 a week, it can show you could shave years off your mortgage.
Okay. What are the any pros to paying off your mortgage in full if you've got, well, obviously there's a lot of pros in terms of you don't have to pay interest, but if you can pay it off in full?
Look, a lot of people say to me, George, I've got 100 grand on my loan left, but I have 100 grand. Should I just pay it off? And I say to them, listen, if you just put that money into an offset, you won't be charged any interest. So, and if you need the money, you can simply redraw it out and use it. However, if you do pay off your loan, that's great, all right? However, if you do need the money to buy, for argument's sake, a car, or let's say your hot water system broke and you need to access money, well, if you need to get a mortgage, we all know how tedious that could be. You have to fully reapply. You have to go through your credit checks. You have to provide your income documents. And you might be at the age where, the bank might say to you, listen, you're just at that age where we can't give you a loan.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of paying it off. But at the same time, everyone's different. They should all get their own independent financial legal advice. But that high level tells you the pros and cons of paying off your mortgage.
Does it have an impact on your credit rating?
No, it doesn't. The only thing which has an impact on your credit rating with a mortgage is if you don't make it on time.
Yeah.
There is positive credit reporting now, which means all the banks can see. Traditionally, to refinance, would need to see 6 months of printed home loan statements. We don't need that anymore. Now all the banks have this information. So if you are late on your mortgage repayment, it does affect your credit rating. And a lot of banks don't want to refinance someone if they are late. So if you can, try and always make your mortgage payments on time. If you are going through hardship, pick up the phone and call the bank. They've all got hardship lines, and they're all pretty good, to be honest with you. And if you do need a home loan freeze for a few months because if you lost a job or there's been a death in the family, they're all pretty good. So most banks I've dealt with, of course, I've had customers for good times and for bad times, and there is a hardship part of a bank. I mean, 30 years is a long time. Something bad is going to happen one day, isn't it? So rather than just miss the payment, give them a call. They might, in fact, freeze repayments for a few months for you and capitalise the interest that you would have paid, if that makes sense.
And any other tips if someone's heard what you said there about the rates in particular, and you contact your bank and they go, oh no, we're not going to. They're one of the, I guess you'd call them on that on the shame list that haven't passed on the interest rate cuts. How do you try and get a better deal?
Sure. Use your legs, guys. If the banks aren't looking after you, if you've been with them too long, sometimes you pay what's called a loyalty tax. So if your interest rate starts with a 6, I'm pretty confident that you can get a lot better than that. We've got rates in the low 5s at the moment with some of the banks. Search around, go to a good mortgage broker. You just rang me. I am a mortgage broker, Mad Loans. We can do the work with free service, but there are plenty of good mortgage brokers out there, and let them find the best deal for you. Because if you can save 0.5% on $1 million loan, we're talking $5,000 interest saving, tax-free, just by swapping banks.
And any other advice for those wanting to shorten the term of their mortgage?
Any other advice?
You've pretty much given us most of it, I reckon.
Yeah, there's a fair bit there. But look, consider a fixed rate. They're about 5.35% right now. That's the lowest I've seen in years. So if you're paying 6%, you can get 5.35. That's a pretty big saving. But of course, just be disciplined. Go on to NetBank, up the repayments by $150 a week if you can. Go to on their website, the extra repayments calculator, and it makes a big difference. It's just, hopefully this is a wake-up call someone needed to hear to go, you know what, I have got a pay rise. I probably should make extra payments on my mortgage, and hopefully that saves them years off their loan.
Great to talk with you, George. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me. Always appreciate it. Love the show.